We are live and in living color again.
Holy shit, guys. It feels like it's been forever.
I know. It's only been a week for y'all, but for us, it's been like a month and a half.
Yeah. I'll be real with you though. Like, I know that recording 7 episodes in one night was a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But I
did enjoy the break. Yes. I think that might be like, particularly for like spooky season, I think that would be a good like status quo. For
like it.
And then, it's like taking, because you're busy with soccer, and then usually our Octobers just like personally are jam-packed.
Nuts. Yeah.
And this one was particularly jam-packed. So lock in, get comfortable, get a snack, get your water.
This could be a long episode.
This is definitely going to be a long episode.
Go ahead and pause right now and take a potty break.
Yeah, take a potty break. Take a gummy if you want. I'm not going to right this minute, but
because we're just getting started.
Fret not that eventually, probably tonight, I will. So
you want me to go first? You want to go first?
Well, where do we want to start? You go ahead, because I have a lot.
Okay. So let's just start with, for the past month and a half, we've had soccer. That's done. Thankfully, but also I fear that my weeks are going to be quite boring.
Yeah.
It was really nice to not have to get up at the crack of dawn this morning.
Mm-hmm.
To have to get ready to go play soccer and then come home and then get ready and then come here.
Yeah.
It was nice just to be able to like wake up when I wake up and go from the bed to the couch and just kind of chill for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was a good season. Our team didn't place in the tournament. We didn't have an overall great season as far as wins go, but like, I mean, I hate to be that person, but like, I don't really care about our win-lose ratio. As long as the kids are learning each week and bettering themselves each week.
Yeah.
And it's not just all about soccer too. Like, I'll ask the kids, at least once a week, what's something you learned at school today, or what's something exciting that happened at school today. And, we'll talk about stuff like that. So we try to reach them on a personal level too. But like, I had a couple players, well, I mean, like they all did get better throughout the season. They all learned some things, but I had 2 players in particular that one of them had never played before. One of them played, but they were little and they hadn't played in a couple seasons. They both, man, from beginning to end of the season, it's 2 different kids. Like they got so much better. I was so proud of them. So proud of them by the end of the season. One of them gave us a cute little, it's not, if any of y'all are listening to this and you're like my soccer people, I don't take this any type of way. But it's not often that like we get presents or anything, and it's not expected. I don't want presents. That's not what I'm saying at all.
But when it's nice, when it's given, it's appreciated.
But one of them gave us a little keychain.
That's cute.
A little soccer ball that says Coach Lee on the back, and it had a little. Me and TJ both got one. It was on like a little cardboard thing that said something like inspirational. That was like something along the lines of, you're not just coaching me soccer, or you're not just coaching me in a sport, but you're also like helping me to be a better person or something like that. Something along those lines. It was really cute. And it was very appreciated. I had all the kids said that they were coming back next season, which will be in the spring, which I'm excited about. I've also got some kids that are returning, that were on the team last season, but didn't play this season. One of which was the one that specifically asked to not be on our team, but he ended up not even playing at all.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to see how that's going to go, because we did have a quite full team this season, and I know that they've got to like try and evenly spread out the kids, so I don't know how that's going to work out.
Yeah.
But I am excited to get some of them back, because we do be hurting for a goalie.
Yeah.
We got one kid that is amazing at goalie, but he doesn't want to play goalie full time, which I get.
Mm-hmm.
And there's others that are good at goalie too.
Right.
They just don't necessarily want to do it.
Yeah.
So, but the one of them that's coming back was a pretty solid goalie. So I'm pretty stoked about it. If I could have 2 goalies, that gives me one for each half, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
But it was a good season. I'm glad it's over. I am ready to get through to have some downtime. It's crazy to say the holidays are a downtime,
Right.
but
in the context of how life has been the last month and a half,
right,
it's downtime.
Yeah, school's still schooling, work's still working.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. We had the Tyler Childers concert.
Yes, we went to the Tyler Childers concert. That was fun.
So that was fun.
My knees still have not recovered from all the stairs.
I can't divulge the entirety of the story.
So, I'm terrified of heights, right? And I decided at this show that I might spring a little bit for lower seats because the W's, the latter of the alphabet, ain't it.
Look,
I was absolutely terrified. So
we get to our seats and she looks at me and goes, I'm so scared right now.
Yeah. I was like, because like I had of course taken a gummy. Y'all know me. I love a gummy. And then the gravity of, because I don't like climbing stairs, and it all circles back to the fear of heights.
Well, and it didn't help that we had to trek forever from where we parked to,
like, the parking was less than ideal through no fault of ours or anything. It was just what was available.
She's just saying that because I'm the one that picked the parking and paid for said parking.
No, y'all didn't want to inconvenience Daniel, which I'm like, inconvenience away. Drop me off. You go do whatever the hell it is you want to do, and then just come back and get me. And it is such an easier process. Like, that's like if he's not going with me, that's my standard of practice. It's just have his ass drop me off. But no. So the walk there, it really wasn't terrible of a walk. Like, I just wasn't anticipating that much of a walk.
Right.
So, but we get there. A lot
of it was uphill.
Yes, and it was like, it was very hilly. And, but we get there, and I was like, when we got back in the car, because I sat down, I was like, I think I'd rather just be beat. Like, I think I'd rather be beat than have to make that walk ever again.
Right.
But it did prepare me for New Orleans, which we'll get to. But, like, we get there, we get in there, we go get our merch, we go,
after TJ got stuck at the door.
Yeah, he got stuck at the door, he got dinged. They didn't even look in my bag or anything. That happened to me with the Green Day concert. I just walked in.
Yeah, but what cracks me up is, like, I guess maybe they just glanced to see that your bag was clear.
Yeah, they just checked to make sure the bag was clear.
Because there was this one lady in front of us that they were like, she had a bag, but it wasn't clear, and it was small.
Yeah.
But they, like, measured it, and it was just outside of the dimensions of what it was allowed to be.
Yeah.
And so they were like, you can go put it in a locker over here, or you can take it back to your car.
Yeah.
And it was a cute purse. It was so cute.
You talking about the little round one?
Yeah, and it was like wicker almost. Yeah. And she just like, empties it out and throws it in the trash.
Honestly, she probably got it off a Shein.
But still, it was so like cute. But I almost was like, I wonder if that's still in that trash can when we get out of here.
It probably was. But, like, I mean, that's why, like, as a frequent concert goer, I feel it's very important to check the venue's website for bag policies if you're gonna carry a bag. Like, I have 2 clear bag sizes. I have the small little, like, crossbody that I wear for most of them, and also check the rules for the clear bags too, because, like, Nissan Stadium, it cannot have logos on it.
Oh.
So, like, for the like, when I went to see Taylor Swift at Nissan Stadium, like, there were people having to throw away clear bags that had logos on them.
Oh.
So, like, it's very, like, this is just a PSA. If you want to go to a concert, check your bag policies for your venues. Because you don't want to get there and then your bag is too big, or it's got something on it that it shouldn't, or it's not a clear bag. I've got the small one, and then I've got one that's big enough to hold a vinyl in it, and it's like the biggest size that's allowable at most venues. It's a 12 by 12, and I think it's like 6 inches deep. But yeah, so I got that just in case I ever go and I want to buy a vinyl or something, and I want to have it a little bit more protected.
See, me, I'm just not carrying a bag if I don't have to. I have borrowed one from you one time, but since I have gotten my own
essentials that
if I'm going with you, I know that you're going to carry a bag, so I just hand you my license, my keys, and my card,
right,
and then we're good to go.
Like,
but if I'm like on my period and I'm gonna need to take like hygiene products, then I've got a bag that I can take. I did buy it whenever we went to Colorado. I didn't know if there was a clear bag policy. I think I may have even looked it up to see if there was a clear bag policy for the rodeo that we went to. And I made him take me to, like, I think we went to Target, and I found one there and went ahead and bought it. Get there, I'm fairly certain it said there was a clear bag policy. Get there, there are women over there with crossbody bags that are not clear.
Some places just don't enforce it, but it's like the bigger state, like, it just depends on the venue, really.
Right.
Because, like,
this was like, it's a rodeo, yes, but it's also like a fair, like a type thing. So, like, and you're buying, like, there's vendors galore. Like, there's a whole building full of nothing but, like, vendor. Like, you know how it used to be, I haven't been in years, but the flea market in Nashville that they would have, like, once a month, how there'd be, like, different, like, actual vendors set up. It was kind of something similar to that. But there's, like, you're buying all
so
kinds
it's,
of
like,
stuff.
hard to enforce, like, a clear bag policy, places like that. But, yeah, like, I mean, we've been to, like, smaller theaters that are, like, they don't have a clear bag policy, but, like, it's mostly, like, arenas and stadiums where I've noticed that it's a clear bag policy.
I appreciate the clear bag policy.
Yeah.
It makes me feel a little bit safer.
Yeah.
Because
honestly, it doesn't really bother me at all.
As someone with anxiety, I get into these places like that, and it crosses my mind every time. It just takes one crazy ass person to walk in here with a bomb or something and just to set it off. And how many casualties are they going to get?
Yeah.
Like, that's all it takes. And so, you know, the clear bag policies make me happy. The fact that we have to walk through metal detectors make me happy. Now, is my hip going to set it off? No one knows. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
And it is an inconvenience. But, like...
Yeah. But, like, I don't think even the Ryman, I don't think has, like, a clear bag policy.
No, we didn't get searched for shit.
Well, we just went for the...
Well, still.
I mean, even, like, when I've gone for, like, you have to walk through a metal detector to go through for, like, a show. And then I think, like, if your bag is of a certain size, they'll check it. But I always just err on the side of caution and take the clear one. Or I take my tiny little wallet. Like, if I think all I'm going to need is my chapstick and my debit card, I'll just take my tiny little wallet.
Right. You get searched when you go into, like, some emergency rooms. I don't know about all, but, like, the last couple times that I've had to go, like, because my parents have had stuff going on, or my dad, rather, every time I've gone to that particular one that they go to, I get searched every time. Like, they have to go through my bag every time.
See? But, anyway, so...
Continuing on. So, yes.
We get in there, we get our shit, we head to our designated seats. So, we're up on the second level, and he's down on the first level.
This motherfucker.
Now...
We separate ways. He's like, well, y'all head on up to yours, and I'm going to go down here to mine.
Right. Now, to be fair, he couldn't really see the stage very well. Like, all he could really... He said he couldn't see the band. He couldn't see the visuals.
Which he missed out.
Yeah, he did miss out. So, I feel like we in essence, got the better view.
Yes.
But
I don't mind being higher up.
It's the climb.
All right,
it's the
Miley
climb.
Cyrus.
It's the climb. But no, because like the further up I got, the more scared I got.
And it was like, once we got up there and sat down, like I was okay climbing up. I was good. I was fine. And honestly, gonna be for real, shocked myself with how quickly I was able to go up those steps.
Oh yeah, because I'm lagging, but I'm going slow because I'm scared.
Right.
Like, and I'm getting increasingly slower because my knees are turning into jello from fear. Like, because those stairs weren't like difficult to climb or anything, but the further up I get, and then I made the grave mistake
of looking back,
is I wanted to make sure, because I kept stopping to like brace myself and try to get my shit together so I could at least get to my damn seat. Well, I stop and I'm wanting to make sure that I don't have anybody behind me. I don't want to block anybody's way. So I glance over my shoulder straight to the floor. And I said, oh.
I was good until we got up there and sat.
I was practically crawling the rest of the way.
Once we sat, I was like, oh, getting down's going to be great.
Well, I see, that's why, like, so going down for me really isn't as bad. Because, like, once I get to my seat,
myself tripping and then rolling.
Well, 100%.
And I was glad, too, we didn't have to stand up at any point.
Yeah, other than to let people by. Yeah. But yeah, once I usually, even if it's that high up, once I get to my seat, I'm good. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm good. But like, because I'm just like, how are some of y'all getting up and going down 4 or 5 times? Right. Where are you going? What are you doing? But I'm just like, I'm sat, I'm good. But leaving doesn't bother me as much because I know that it's going to be slower and it's going to be like, there's going to be people on either side. So I'm not as scared of falling.
Right.
I'm more cognizant of how slow I am going down the stairs because I am afraid I'm still going to trip and fall.
Right.
But yeah, good show.
It was a great show. Tyler put on a great show.
The opening act, I couldn't even really tell you his name.
The first one?
Yeah.
Was awful.
Not very good.
Awful.
Not my taste. I'm not gonna like fault his, discography or anything.
I think a lot of it.
I think it was nerves. Well, I think a lot of it was nerves, and country wasn't his genre. It didn't sound like
he said it wasn't.
Yeah,
and
so it's almost like a "What am I doing here?"
Yeah, and two, you got to think too that he's not using the same sound people that Tyler uses. He uses his own, and they're not always the greatest. And I've learned that with opening acts because I was stoked to go see Stained. No, Shinedown.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Shinedown. I was stoked to go see Shinedown because Morgan Wade was opening for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I love her. Disappointed as hell.
Oh, no.
Because you couldn't understand anything she was saying. The sound was horrible.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I gave her what little energy I give at a concert, you know. I'm not going to stand up unless I have to type person.
Yeah.
I want to sit. I want to take it all in.
I paid for a chair. I'm sitting in it.
Right. Oh, and we also have learned that the higher up you go, the smaller the seats are.
Yeah.
Those seats were tiny. They weren't quite as bad.
They weren't as bad as Bridgestone because Bridgestone, I left with bruises on my thighs.
But also, have we both lost weight since then?
Yes, definitely.
But we did get lucky because like the 5 or 6 seats beside of us were never like nobody ever showed up for them. So we did get to kind of like spread out so we weren't like sitting there smushed on top of each other.
Yeah.
But it was a great show. The really dude in the middle, Charlie Crockett.
I like him as an artist, but his teeth do be freaking me out.
Y'all can't
They're like
see
chiclets.
Me. Y'all can't see me, but I'm shaking my head right now.
I do enjoy Charlie Crockett's music, and I do enjoy his overall vibe.
Why are we swivel hipping? It's like you got one dance move and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got.
I'm not going to fault him for that because honestly, I got like the white person wave or whatever.
Listen, that's fine. But he's like grinding his hips at the most inopportune moment.
And
like, all these TikToks I saw after the fact was like, went to the Tyler Childers concert, left a Charlie Crockett fan, and I'm like, why?
I get it.
I don't. I really
don't get it.
I've tried to listen to some of his stuff since.
Because honestly, I mean, I've followed him on like Facebook for a while, and I think he's in charge of his socials. I don't think like I don't think he has an assistant or anything, and I think it's pretty obvious that he runs his socials. And I think that man is hilarious, and like he stays talking shit, not about anybody specific, but he does stay talking shit. And you know what?
You're here for it.
I'm here for it. But yeah, no. Then Tyler got shot out of a cannon. We didn't get any videos of it. We were just living in the moment.
Yeah.
And
then
the band came in on like 2 members of the band came in on like flying horses, like Pegasus. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're not gonna find any videos of it though. We were all just living in the moment. It took Danny like 2. He goes, "Is that some sort of joke I'm not getting?"
Do you know how many TikToks I saw of that? How many times I've seen that mentioned since then? And I'm like, this is great. This is so awesome. Favorite part of the concert, though.
Yeah.
To be honest, and TJ says he's so tired of hearing me say it because I say it every time that we hear the song.
Yeah.
The part in Biting List where everybody starts barking and just going feral.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It was awesome.
I also
everybody was doing it, and he is like letting it loose on stage. Like I feel like he gets a little bit off of his chest every time he does that.
Oh, absolutely. Because like Appalachian Mr. Rogers up there talking leading up to almost every song.
Yeah,
like the lead up to Biting List, I took a video of it. It's a full 3 minutes of him just yapping.
Yeah.
And like some of the comments I've seen is somebody was like, I saw Tyler pre-sobriety, and they were like, he did not do that. They were like, this is him. This is his most authentic self.
Yeah.
And like, you know, God forbid people catch a vibe.
Right.
So
I love it. I do. It was a great show.
Every time that man's in Nashville, I'll try to catch it. But
it was a great show. It was a good show. Next time we try to catch that, give me a heads up so that we can get minimum of 3 tickets instead of just 2.
Yeah.
So that somebody doesn't spend the price of 2 seats for 1 seat and get better. Well, I wouldn't say better, but lower seats.
The only thing is though, is like if it's not, for me personally, if it's not a pre-sale, I'm not going to be involved.
I got you.
Because those ticket prices just go sky high after general sales go up. So like that's why I generally, because you don't find out about the pre-sale until the week before,
right?
Generally, and then I hop on, get that pre-sale code, and get tickets. That's how I get my concert tickets so cheap, because like, you know, I saw a post recently on Instagram that was like, it was Haley Williams and Jack Antonoff talking about like Ticketmaster and stuff, and everybody's like, well, you need to talk to your friend Taylor, and da 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 and da da da, and I'm like, y'all do realize she did not set that pricing. Like, she did not do the dynamic ticket pricing, which like does cause the tickets prices to go up. But I was like, you know, I got 2 tickets for just shy of $300. I was like, you know, were they nosebleed? Sure. But they weren't they weren't far up. Right. But like, you know, they were decent tickets. I was like, and for the show that I received, I feel like that was a very good price.
Right.
I was like, but I got pre-sale tickets. I was like, it did not wait until they were general sale. I did not buy reseller tickets. I was like, y'all are mad that resellers are buying up tickets for pennies on the dollar compared to what they're selling them for.
Yeah.
Because people were selling Taylor Swift tickets for thousands of dollars.
Right.
Y'all should be mad at them.
Right.
She didn't do that. That's not her fault. That's not the artist's fault when that occurs. And yes, there are things that some artists are now doing to prevent that, or to like scale it back at least. Because like I know that there's tickets that I've purchased that you can't even resell. You can only transfer them. Or if you resell them, like when I bought a Sturgill Simpson ticket and then was like, yeah, I don't want to go because I was going to go by myself, I resold it, but I could not resell it for more than what I gave.
Right.
So I ended up I just got my money back, basically.
Well, that's like, I think I had heard a while back that like Youngblood has done like a festival type deal. Where tickets are cheap as hell. Yeah. Because he's of the mindset, much like many other artists, that you shouldn't have to go into debt to have a couple hours of a break.
Right.
To enjoy something that touches your soul the way that it does.
Right.
And that right there I think that's what it should be all about.
Right, because, like, I mean, even, like, in the ticket purchasing process with, like, the Taylor Swift Eras Tour tickets, like, I want to say, like, in that initial pre-sale, like, the only ones that were, like, in terms of, like, what I consider high were, like, the VIP ones that come with the whole box with, like, a bunch of...
on your shirt. What is that?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Retreat. It's the little dagger. Okay. But, like, those were, if I want to say, like, ballpark $600 and something from when I purchased, like, in that original pre-sale. But then, you know, later on, those were going for $2,000-$3,000.
That's ridiculous.
And, like,
that's ridiculous.
It's like a concert ticket should not cost your mortgage. And that money's not going to Taylor Swift. That money's going to the reseller.
Yeah.
So, you know. But like the most expensive concert tickets that I have purchased to date are the My Chemical Romance tickets. 2 tickets for $400. Yeah. But my sister's going to come and go with me, so.
Well,
I think that
too. But we were talking about the seats. I'm good with sitting in. I don't want pit seats.
Oh, hell
literally
no.
Ever.
I can't do that anymore.
Literally ever.
I can't.
Even the chairs that are behind, like the actual pit.
Those chairs do not look comfortable.
It's not even
They're just folding chairs.
You can't see.
Yeah, you would have to stand up.
You cannot see. Yeah. I want to be in a seat.
Yeah, I want to be in like the riser seats.
Yeah.
I do like at Geodis that it seems they're a little bit further. So, like, even if the people in front of you stand up, it doesn't totally obstruct your view.
Exactly. I did like that. I liked Geodis. I think that's a pretty cool place.
I like it. And it's clean.
It was very clean. The bathrooms are nice.
And it's, like, easy to navigate, and it's not so overly big that it's, like...
You get lost.
Yes, because, like, Nissan Stadium, you can kind of get lost a little bit.
Yeah. Bridgestone, even.
Yeah,
I know it's a big circle, but, like, still, there's a...
Yeah.
It's, like...
You take one wrong turn, somehow you're on the next floor or whatever. But, yeah. And God, heaven forbid you're like when I used to be a smoker going to Bridgestone trying to find the smoking area and then not getting locked out of the whole building.
Right.
But yeah. Anyway,
don't smoke, guys.
Yeah.
There was something else I was going to say.
Oh, my favorite part of the Tyler Childers concert was when the sun started going down and my gummy was hitting, and I was like, man, it's really crazy how they keep turning the lights down real slowly. And then I was like, bitch, it's just getting dark. Like, the gummy ate my brain cells for a second.
It did. It was a great time. Okay, what else has been going on in my life? From Tyler Childers to, really from that point, it was just soccer and prep for the Halloween party.
Yeah.
I mean, there was drama, but it's, stuff that we don't divulge here.
Yeah.
And my life is not, when I come to these catch-up episodes and explain to y'all that, oh, nothing's really been going on. However,
stuff does go on.
Stuff goes on. My life is not.
It's just
dull.
not podcast appropriate all
right.
the time.
I don't remember if it was before the last time we recorded or not, but I did get to meet my great niece. And she's cute.
I don't think you've talked about it.
She is
on here.
The most precious.
Their Halloween photos were very cute.
Did you see the ones I posted this morning?
Mm-mm.
She is so cute. She is so cute. Unfortunately, she does not live close to me anymore. She lives in another state. But that's, I'm keeping in contact. I'm getting to see pictures.
Yeah.
I do plan on making trips to go visit at some point or another. But she's so precious. She's so precious. And honestly, I am all for people being the type of mom that's like, don't kiss my baby.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I do. But that is the hardest damn thing to not I didn't.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to kiss her on her little chubby cheeks.
Yeah.
But when she did come over, Easton loved her. Easton loves babies. But it really shocked me because he just didn't want to not be holding her.
Yeah.
At one point I'm holding her and I'm not looking at him or her. My niece was not looking at him or her, and he informed me that he in fact did sneak a kiss on the baby's forehead because nobody was looking.
Yeah.
So
he couldn't resist.
He couldn't. He loves babies. So I did get to do that. Let's see. Halloween party. It was fun.
Yeah.
It seemed like it wasn't quite as big, which I do know, there was a couple people that couldn't show up.
People missing.
For, relevant reasons.
Yeah.
There were some new people.
Yeah.
That came. At least one.
I feel like I was out in the yard just being a chatterbox.
You were. And I'm not saying that to be a bad thing.
Also,
by any means.
I walked out to child tea, the children spilling tea.
Oh yeah.
So I walk out. Okay, I've done my dessert round. Okay, walk out the door, and there's your child and another child.
Which one?
One of your nephews on the porch, and he looks at her and goes, I got into a fight at school.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about it? And she was like, yeah, I heard about it. And I'm like, why'd you do that? Meanwhile, I'm standing right behind them with my little plate of treats. And I'm like, what'd you do that for? He's like, see, well, now I can't tell you that. And I'm like, what good are you? What kind of tea spilling is that? You sounded like you were about to drop the hottest tea of the school year.
This is the story, okay?
Well, hold on.
Okay.
I walk over to my seat and I say, these kids suck at spilling tea. And I proceed to say what I had just heard. And your sister goes, was it mine? And I said, uh-huh. She said, I thought so.
So here's the story. This happened a couple months ago. So what you need to know is my nephew he's quiet if he doesn't quite know you, but he's very much so. And my sister listens to this podcast weekly. So I'm going to hear about this. He is very much so. He's kind of sneaky. Okay.
Yeah.
You look at him and you don't expect him to strike in the ways that he strikes. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's outside. They're outside at school. They're outside on the playground. Okay.
Right.
And I guess he's being loud. And some kid walks up and was like, you need to be quiet. And he's like, we're outside. And the kid's like, I need you to be quiet. And for lack of better terms, long story short, my nephew's like, that's a you problem.
Exactly.
And so the kid
continues. Couldn't agree more.
The kid continues, and my nephew was like, listen, do you want to go? And the kid's like, Or no, I think the kid said, "Do you want to go?" And my nephew was like,
"Yeah." I was gonna say she told me that the kid kind of like instigated it,
and my nephew was like, "Hell yeah, brother!" And then proceeded to.
Yeah, she's like, "He's not gonna turn it down."
No. She calls.
He's not gonna start it, but he's gonna finish it.
Right. She calls me, on the way to the school or wherever. She calls me after she gets the phone call, and I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And she was like, the problem here is that the other kid didn't throw the first punch.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Like, he's talking
Let's
smack.
go.
You gonna offer? I'm gonna take you up. Like, I'm like, you tell him that I'm proud of him. And she's like, I'm not telling him that. And I'm like,
who said? Do they have this on video? Is this on film?
The kids admitted to it. Like, they told the whole story. It's, you know.
Don't snitch on yourself.
I'm like, you know what? I'm still proud of him.
You can't prove I didn't throw the first punch.
Right. And listen, do your thing. Do your thing. Like with Gemma, she is in the same class with one of her cousins who she's close to. And then one of the boys from the soccer team who half the time stays at my house too.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't come for me because I'll let a little boy spend the night at my house. Listen,
he seems like
he's a good kid. A. B, they have it's a very obvious brother-sister relationship.
Yeah.
And it's never, I'm not going to say never, but it's
not like they're sleeping in the same bed.
No, his bed is my couch, and that's the way he wants it. I have given him the option of sleeping like on an air mattress or pulling mattresses off beds and putting them in the floor, or he can take, Easton's bed and Easton can sleep in Gemma's room, or, we've given him several options and he chooses the couch. He likes to sleep on my couch, whatever. But anyway, so she's talked about there's been a time or two that those two boys will gang up together and pick on her. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you tell them to stop. Like, our general rule of thumb, if somebody's bullying you, tell them to stop. If they don't, tell a teacher. If it continues, you got about one more time to tell them to stop. And if it still doesn't stop, then go for it.
I'm about to whoop your ass.
However, with these two, I said, tell them to stop. And if they don't, tell a teacher, hey.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a snitch, but. And if it continues, open fire.
Yeah.
I've said, and I even told her, if you skip the teacher part, I may not be upset about it.
Or invite them over to the house, whoop their house with their asses in the living room.
They're family.
It's Fight Club.
Do you know, we have a rule at my house. If the kids start fighting, like specifically the younger two, if they start like really like fighting, like we're mad at each other and pushing each other around, I tell them every time, go out in the front yard and take it out.
Duke it out.
Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club is nobody talks about Fight Club, okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, just go do it. Because if I'm not seeing it, it didn't happen.
Right.
I'm not going out there with you. Just go do it. And I really would. I really do wish that Gemma would just lay into Easton one good time. Because he is so mean to her.
She will. One day she will.
He smacked her upside the head at soccer practice one night, and she's like crying because it hurt. And I was like, if you don't go whoop his ass right now, that was the same practice that he did that other thing. That I texted you.
He's
about.
Getting full of himself.
He really is. But anyway, so there's that. The Halloween party though, it was good. There was a lot of good food.
Yeah. I made sausage balls. Your mom made goulash.
You did too much.
No, I didn't. I did the right amount. She
says, I'm gonna make pumpkin dip. Listen, that's all I require of you come into this party. Okay.
Listen, I had such a good time making all that food though.
She goes, I'm going to make pumpkin dip. And then the day of the party, I'm like scrolling through, I'm on my phone, and I think you tagged me in it on Discord. She's in the Discord. She was like, pumpkins dipped, eggs deviled, and even made them look like, she put bell peppers or something on top to make them look like devil horns.
Now the recipe I saw also had wings. I was like, that's I fear outside of my creative realm with a knife and a bell pepper.
Right.
But horns, I can do that.
Right. I
got a lot of compliments on them deviled eggs.
They were so good.
They were so good.
Did my brother get any?
I have no idea. But I was like, because one lady, she was like, I don't typically like, she's like, I'm very cautious about them. And I was like, fair enough, because some people's deviled eggs are funky. I was like, the secret though, you want to know what I put in mine to make them really good? A little bit of ranch powder.
Yeah.
So I feel like that really just sets them off.
You did the pumpkin dip, the deviled eggs, the sausage balls.
I made
and you made the good sausage balls too.
A punch. Yeah, I made them from scratch. And then I made the punch and the little like bite-sized caramel apples.
That's right.
I wanted caramel apples.
TJ ate the shit out of those, and he doesn't generally eat caramel apples.
I really wanted a caramel apple, but I hate
a massive dog
biting
on the road.
I'm gonna go close the gate. Hold on. Let me pause. Okay.
And we're back.
We're back.
With snacks.
With snacks. Yeah, I wanted to go close the gate. You said dog, and I was like, oh, hell.
It was a big one, too.
Yeah. Anyway. We were talking about the Halloween party.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I wanted like a caramel apple, but I don't like biting into them.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me like just quarter a bunch of apples. I had a ton of apples left over because I ran out of caramel. But apples also taste good with the fruit dip, the marshmallow fruit dip. Yeah. Because I polished off the rest that I brought home.
That
with apples.
My friend made?
Yeah.
I love that fruit dip. I love that fruit dip.
It's really good.
Nothing too crazy can happen at the party. One of TJ's cousins brought his girlfriend, and that was like her introduction.
That was hilarious.
To the fold.
I'm in the kitchen getting treats when they arrived. Everybody, they're still outside. They hadn't come in the house. Everybody in that house, where's the girlfriend? Where's the girlfriend? Anybody seen the girlfriend yet?
So he's had girlfriends, but like never one that he's brought home.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been kind of a keep to himself kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's got his select few people that he chills with on a normal, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like even in school, he was that way.
Oh yeah.
But he brings the girlfriend.
That was so
I had been talking to her.
She's really cute.
She is cute. I've been talking to her for a couple weeks prior to the party just because I was like, they made it Facebook official.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, hey. And I'm trying to make her feel a little more comfortable because I know as somebody not in the family, but in the family, that family can be a little intimidating.
Oh, definitely.
So I know that it's nice to kind of have somebody on the inside.
It requires me to have a gummy before I can feel
well.
Like
I was lucky better because I knew a couple of the family members.
Yeah,
going into it, I just didn't know TJ before he and I met and started dating.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up with a couple of them. This cousin in particular too. But so I'd been talking to her for a couple of weeks just to kind of be like, hey, and just to, hey, you're coming to my house, just trying to make her comfortable, you know? He sent me a text and was like, don't think I haven't noticed that you're trying to make moves on my woman. I'm like, brother, I am just trying to make her feel a little more comfortable
being
about
friendly.
It. That's what I said. I was like, I'm just trying to be a friend. And he's like, I know you are. Thank you. And she's really cute. She's a sweet girl. She's a lot like us. Just in the little
I didn't
bit
get
that
a
I've talked
chance
to
to
her.
hang out with her because them two bozos that I brought were like, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Boring. It's like 9 o'clock.
Well, I introduced you to her in the kitchen and I was like, so this is my best friend, Brittany, and my podcast co-host. And cause she and I had talked a little bit about the podcast and I was like, Brittany, this is his girlfriend, partner, lady friend. And I went through 7 different terms for it. And she was like, girlfriend's okay. And I'm like, okay. Well, cause Not like I know that that's what they refer to each other as, but I know that that's not a term that you guys use.
Not on
just
regular.
Because it's, and I get your it's not.
It doesn't bother me, but like as a 36-year-old saying girlfriend and boyfriend feels high school.
Yeah,
but it's semantics. It all means the same thing.
It's hard to find a proper term because like if you say, well, this is my partner, then people automatically start looking for, like, you being a woman, they're looking for a woman. You know, they assume partner is associated with being part of the LGBTQ
like community. I've watched, like, when I'm having a conversation and I say, oh, my partner, and then I use, like, the he, him pronouns, and they just go, oh, okay. Like, I can see that shift in their faces. Well,
and so, like, when I talk about you to people that don't know you, so, like, people that I work with, I'll say her partner, and then I hear them kind of go, oh, and I'm like, Daniel.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay.
It's like, I'm pushing 40. I feel like I shouldn't be calling him my boyfriend.
Well,
but
why did you have to say that? Because that really just hurt my heart a lot for some reason.
Oh, pushing 40?
Yes. Are we really that old? That, like, I have realized that, but when you voiced that out loud, it really just set in.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, I don't know.
She was like, go ahead.
I was like, we're not married, so, you know, it feels appropriate to say partner.
Right.
But
she was sweet. And if you are listening, hello. Welcome.
Hello, it was lovely to meet you.
Welcome to the podcast. This is going to give you a little bit more of an insight.
Hopefully, next year's Halloween party, maybe we can actually hang out.
Right.
Because I get back outside and them two are like, I'm tired. Are you ready to go?
I told her, I was like, I feel bad that I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time hanging out with you guys, talking to you guys. I was like, but as the hostess, you know, I have to kind of spread myself.
Didn't get to see you in the wig. That wig kills me every time. Every time I see it, it is so funny.
I wasn't gonna wear it last night. I wasn't.
I'm glad you did, because I'm sitting there scrolling, like, I'm like, as my gummies kicking in last night. I'm scrolling and I see where he posted pictures, and I said, that wig kills me.
I hate that wig so much. If you pull it back just a little bit, it's giving Vector, like hardcore giving Vector. But I almost box dyed my hair so I didn't have to wear it. Do you want to go ahead and tell some of your stuff, and then I'll tell the Halloween, like, last night's excursion?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, as y'all may know, I went to New Orleans. It was my first trip there.
Let me just say I'm excited to hear this, because she wouldn't tell me a whole lot about said trip.
Some things you know, some things you don't. So
she said, I want to save it for the podcast.
One thing in particular. So we had a couple experiences. You know the one, which I'll get to that one in a minute. But this one occurred before that one. So it was the first morning. And so there were 3 of us there, and one was attending the nursing conference. And she was supposed to be getting up early, getting ready to go. So me, I awoke to her, what I thought was her, shuffling around in the room, getting ready. Like, and it clearly was like sounds of her specifically getting ready. Yeah. Like, and I saw her walk by, go to the bathroom. Well, then I dozed back off, and I don't know what, I think it was her, something else, like kind of just, I just woke up and like rolled over. She was still laying in the bed, asleep. She hadn't gotten up, and it wasn't like just, it wasn't, so yeah, like I put on here, it was definitely like getting ready noises, like I could hear like her jewelry jangling around and stuff, and I was like, but it wasn't like, you know, it was hearing someone like gather up clothes and jewelry, not just getting up and going to the bathroom, and that's the only time that like anything happened in our room.
That's crazy.
Yes. Because I was like, I swore she was up getting ready. And I was like, and then to roll over and she's still in the bed. excuse me? Excuse me.
And you said you saw her get up and walk to the bathroom?
Well, I woke up enough that, like, I saw her walk by. Well, what I thought was her anyway. Like, go with, like, clothes in her arms to the bathroom. But what I had, like, I was asleep. She had already hung her clothes up in the bathroom the night before. So, I don't know about that one.
So let me ask this. So from the moment that you got, okay, so y'all drove.
Yeah.
So from the moment that you got to New Orleans and you got to where you were staying and you get out of the car and you take that first big deep breath of New Orleans air, did you get a vibe?
I mean, yes, but not like...
It wasn't crazy.
No.
Okay, so let me tell you, not to pull away, not to squirrel. So everybody talks about how New Orleans is so haunted. Okay. And it is.
Oh,
don't get me wrong.
100%.
When we went to New Orleans, TJ and I both said, you don't immediately get that thick feeling that you're expecting to get.
Right.
However, I'm planning. You and I are going to Savannah at some point. When you get to Savannah and get out of the car and you take that big deep breath because you're stretching from the long drive, it's thick.
Yeah.
You can feel it. And where we stayed wasn't even like in the middle of it all.
Right.
We were kind of on the outskirts. It's thick. And it just, even TJ, who's a non-believer and stuff, was like, I felt so much more in Savannah than I did the vast majority of New Orleans. He said the only place that he really felt anything was at Congo Square.
Yeah.
And even he was like, because I was telling you, you can smell the incense. You said you didn't smell it. But
no,
we could smell it.
I could smell it more over by the cemetery.
Yeah. But like, we're standing in the middle of Congo Square and I was smelling incense and so was he. Like, it was burning right next to us, but there was none to be found.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue.
Anyway, experience number 2. I texted you after, like, almost immediately after this happened. Like, we got checked in for our tour, and then we had 30 minutes to sit and just chill, and I had messaged you about this experience. So, she and I had gotten up that day. This is day 2, and we went to the Museum of Death, and then kind of just walked around to kill time, do some just window shopping, actual shopping, what have you, and meander our way towards cemetery, St. Louis Cemetery number 1. So all of a sudden, and we're like on kind of like, it's not really like, I would say it's like a back street kind of, because it's like at the very back end of the French Quarter. So we're walking and Kelly is just like, I walked through something. And I was like, maybe it was a spider web, because she starts kind of like rubbing her arms. And she goes, no, like something. And the goose pimples, she was covered in goose pimples, would not go away. And we both, so when we were across the block from the cemetery, we both finally said, we aren't trying to take anyone home. And she said it let go, her goose pimples went away. But we were really the only people on the street, and I believe it was Toulouse Street. I had to go look at the map, but I'm pretty sure it was Toulouse Street. And we only encountered one woman who was walking like she was in a hurry, just like she was trying to get to work or whatever. But then there was another woman who was sitting on a doorstep eating a plate lunch. She looked at us. I did not look like, I knew she like looked up at us. Like I could see that, but like I didn't just like turn and make direct eye contact with her. But Kelly was slightly ahead of me, so I don't know if she did or not. And as we walked away, this woman was saying something that I couldn't understand, because we'd already kind of put a little bit of distance between us, but it sounded like she was calling out something toward us, not necessarily speaking to us, but speaking about us.
Yeah.
But that was really the only like weird encounter we had when we were like out walking about. So I don't know if maybe that lady had anything to do with that, but it was almost immediately after that like brief interaction. And so yeah.
See, that's what you got to be careful.
But like other than that, we didn't encounter anything untoward or like anybody. The only other instance was we walked past, it was like going to the damn mall. It was like, somebody's handing out a free sample of skincare. Somebody got and brought into the store. And I'm like, I'm about to have to pretend our grandma done fell up here up the street and we got to go help her.
Right.
And finally she comes out. I don't think I told you about this part. Because he took her in there to give her like a free sample on one of her corners of her eye, right? Some little miracle cream on the corner of her eye. And then she'll come back later, wanting more for the other side. So she finally comes out and I said, I done thought I was about to have to fake a grandma incident or something. She said, no, he wanted me to buy a $400 eye cream. And she said, I got him to give me a sample on both eyes.
Oh, so you gotta what? Did y'all see the monks walking around?
We did see a monk. We just saw one monk, one solo monk.
They'll walk around trying to give you bracelets.
He was like on the corner near like Dauphine, I think. Yeah. I made another note. If you ever need a cab in New Orleans, the cleanest and best smelling ones are the ones with the Indians. Their vehicles were spotless. They smelled like incense. And for someone who had never ever even ridden in a cab, I became a pro at booking a cab by the end of this trip, because we would take from the hotel to the French Quarter or wherever we were going. We would take a cab from the hotel to that place and then go, and eventually, for Kelly and I, for the 2 days that we had to just roam, we ended up just walking back to the hotel ourselves. But of course, Betty's got limited mobility and she just can't do that. So, it was actually kind of nice not having to go get the car out, what have you.
Right.
We did the St. Louis Cemetery tour, St. Louis Cemetery number 1, and my notes on that experience were, I thought I would be a bit more spooked out in the cemetery, even at 1 p.m. on a Friday. But I genuinely believe, and the vibe overall is I believe that any spirits or whatever essences that are there, I think that they, are content. And I said, I think that they appreciate that their stories are being told respectfully and that there is now oversight of the grounds, because people don't get to just walk around willy-nilly and cause damage and chaos. Because he showed us there was 2 tombs right next to each other, and one is crumbling. It's almost gone. And the other is stark white, looks brand new. And he's those were built the same year. He's this family can afford to upkeep theirs. This one,
that's crazy.
Doesn't. But if we got out of view of our guide, he would stop and be like, "Hey, I need to keep you in my eyesight." There was one lady that got in trouble for lollygagging way behind. She was way behind. She had one of her little gothic little umbrellas. And she's like, I just wanted to take pictures. How are we supposed to get pictures? The guy with her goes, it's a tour. It's not picture tour. It's just a tour. You're here to learn.
Lord.
Our guide, Jeff, he came up to us before the tour and asked where we were from. And we said Nashville, as you do when you're from anywhere in Middle Tennessee. And he said, I won't judge you for Broadway if you don't judge me for Bourbon Street. And we said, deal. Jeff was really a cool dude through and through. Just good vibes. Good. He seemed like a good time. Just a cool little dude. He was so cool. Most of our like looking around, sightseeing, all that was just in the French Quarter. I thought it was very cool. It was very walkable, to a certain extent, because some of the sidewalks aren't in the best of repair. So it's not like if you have any like mobility issues, it may not be the best like of a destination for you. Canal Street's sidewalks were great, but like in the French Quarter, it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Didn't see anything too outrageous. We did see like a lot of street bands. That was kind of cool. I was honestly kind of surprised at the amount of children that were there, even like running around in the evenings. Most of the shops closed around like 6 or 7, like most of like the like souvenir shops, and that's when the bars all start to open and get really busy. I think I made one pass through Bourbon Street, and that was about the extent of my Bourbon Street experience.
I'm still really sad you didn't get a hand grenade.
Girl, I've had one beer in the last 2 years.
I understand that, but a hand grenade is something that needs
there
to be
were also
had.
several bars that were like, we absolutely do not sell hand grenades, don't ask.
Yeah.
I'm like,
when we go, I understand that you don't drink, neither do I, okay? When we go, we will get a hand grenade and split it because, A, it's delightful, but it's one of those drinks that is so good that you don't taste the liquor in it, and it grabs you by the boo-boo because there's a lot. So we will split, and you can mark that off your list because it is definitely something that needs to be done. Now, a hurricane, I know everybody says you got to get one in New Orleans. Miss me with all that because they're disgusting.
But I also said it's wild how big the French Quarter is, but also how small in comparison to the whole city.
Right.
When we rolled into New Orleans, I don't know why I had this like image that it was going to be a smaller city. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's huge. A note that Betty got collapsible fans from her conference, like little, just like the pop-up ones.
Where are them fans at? Like those?
No, it's just like a round disc, but it's like one of those like pop-up ones that do like the laundry hampers. You know how you can just it's got like a wire in it.
Okay.
That was the biggest game changer for Friday. I even put on here, I will not be leaving home without it from now on. I have no idea where it is. It's gone missing. My anxiety did get the best of me on the last night, but we'll get to that. We were supposed to go to a jazz bar, and then I was given the opportunity to say, hey, let's go back to the room, and I took it. And because it's crowded, it's a Saturday in New Orleans, it's our last night, I'm tired, we've got to pack and leave in the morning, I'm ready to go.
Right.
I'm ready to go. But now I kind of wish I had just, sucked it up and at least like experienced it for like an hour.
I think a jazz club would be cool there because jazz plays such a predominant role there.
Exactly. So like I kind of wish I had done it, but I mean the scrapbook is already one volume in and I'm not even halfway through. So it's probably for the best. The food in I am hyper fixating so hard on seafood right now that I cannot have. It's consuming all of my thoughts. So we went to this restaurant called Bayona. Now, it's a French restaurant. It was recommended by one of her patients. I peeped the menu online and got real scared. So,
I'm looking at it now.
It made me I was like, there is...
Oh, that's like over in Dauphine. Did y'all sit on the patio?
No, we sat inside because it was kind of chilly outside in the evening. But yeah. So the menu, I was looking it over and I was like, there is nothing on that menu that sounds appetizing to me. I was very nervous. But I got in luck. See? That's the exact face I was making when I was looking over that menu.
See, but also here's an added layer for me is I don't eat seafood.
Right.
So
well, they also had it was like duck, lamb, that kind of stuff.
none of that sounds like I'm going to like it.
No. Luckily though, the fish of the day
Braised
was
rabbit.
Yeah, see, I'm not eating a rabbit. I'm not eating thumper. But yeah, so luckily the fish of the day was a tuna steak, medium rare or something like that. Well, of course, Betty wanted hers well done, and then she wanted to insist that I have mine well done, and I said no, I'll have it how it comes. Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes, I'm 100% sure. I eat sushi. I will eat this raw. Medium rare is fine. She's like, oh, okay. It was one of the best seafood. It was served on quinoa and pureed butternut squash, which sounds foul, but it was so good. And then there was a creamed corn chowder soup that we had. And then I had I don't know what I got for dessert. Oh, it was just a chocolate mousse situation because everything else either had dairy or raspberries. I did have a shrimp po' boy at Felix's, which my only note is it would have been better if it had tartar sauce instead of mayonnaise.
Can we pause for a second and tell you why I'm giggling?
Why are you giggling?
So I'm looking at this menu. Okay?
Right.
And I see soup du jour.
Yeah. That plays in my every. You want the soup of the day or the soup du jour? It's the same fucking thing.
There's a throwback for any of you that also was obsessed with Viva La Bam like we were.
All right, so continuing on with the food, we ate our hotel had a restaurant in the bottom of it, so it was called Legacy Tavern. Every morning I had avocado toast except for our first morning, and that was when me and her went to Cafe Du Monde. But I had avocado toast every morning. And
did you ever go to the original one?
Is that one in the French Quarter?
Yes.
No, we did not make it to that one. I think we walked by it, but I went to the other two locations.
It's kind of like a big standalone.
Yeah. So then I had fried catfish and chips for dinner. It was amazing.
The one I'm talking about was right across from Jackson Square.
We did walk past it, but we didn't stop in there.
Did you go into Jackson Square?
Yes.
Did you see the line, the outline in front of all the benches of the powdered sugar?
No. But yeah, so my catfish was served with shoestring fries. We went to this place called Vincent's. It was a little Italian restaurant. This was our first night. So we get there, get to the hotel, get changed, go to this restaurant, right? I had a shrimp stuffed pastry that was very good, very unique flavor palette. But what I cannot stop thinking about is the bread pudding. It was a white chocolate bread pudding, and it was probably the best bread pudding I have ever had. It was served warm. It would have been good with a scoop of ice cream like the waiter recommended, but I said, I'm lactose intolerant. Not trying to get into all that.
Right.
Not on the first night. I'm not trying to ruin my first night.
You're not trying to pull a me and hit up every bathroom down Bourbon Street.
Exactly. So, then I ordered bread pudding also at the hotel restaurant for dessert, and it came with a scoop of ice cream, but it was more of a cake, a dense cake texture. Didn't care for it. I liked the one at Vincent's better. It was more of a creamy, the best way I can describe it is a sweet dumpling, chicken and dumplings, but it was sweet.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. I said it was good, but it was not Vincent's. So beignets. The first ones I ever had were at Cafe Du Monde, the one over in City Park, over by the Noma Museum. Incredible. I had a frozen mocha coffee. Incredible. But I'm about to say something slightly controversial.
Oh, shit.
I did also get beignets from our hotel, and they were just as good. They were just as good. They were a little bit more dense, but not so much that I think like your average eater would notice it. And they were good reheated. I brought home, like I ordered some at the hotel that morning and brought them home for him to try. And we were sitting on the couch, and I was like, or he's sitting on the couch, and I'm in my recliner, and I'm like, can you believe I got these in New Orleans this morning? So yeah, that was just like, I was like, I mean, that's pretty much the same thing.
Listen, I've had beignets in other places, okay?
Yeah. They were very good. But so that glad. Frozen coffee had me in a chokehold for the rest of the trip, because we went to the Riverwalk and went to the small, like, little location in there that's like in the Riverwalk Mall of Cafe Du Monde. I went in there and I was like, I just want a small frozen mocha. And he's like, no beignets? And I said, no beignets. Because we had just eaten and we were going for dinner. And I was like, they're not going to make it home. Like, they're not going to survive overnight. The museums I went to, we went to New Orleans Museum of Art. We spent half the day there. It was amazing. And they also have, like, adjacent to it is a sculpture garden, and that's free. Like, entrance to that is free. But highly recommend. Storyville Museum, that one was a little bit more pricey. It was like $36 a piece. But that tells the story of Storyville. So basically, a long time ago, but also not that long ago, New Orleans was very, very quickly on a trajectory to being just one big red light district. And there was a guy, his last name was I think his last name was Story. And he was like, no. Jesus doesn't like that. So let's move. We got to get them rounded up, get them all in one neighborhood. So the mayor of Storyville was like, you know what? Let's name it after this asshole. So basically, this museum just goes from like where Storyville's story begins and where it ends, and it was really cool museum.
I think the hotel we stayed at is in that part of town. To be honest with you, and because it was a questionable area.
Yeah.
A. B. The room itself.
Well, there's only, like, from the original Storyville, there are only 3 buildings that still exist. Like, because once they shut down and, like, evicted everybody and was like, you've basically got to get the hell out of here. They demolished the entire district.
Okay.
Except for, like, 3 buildings.
Well, the hotel that we stayed at, it was nice. It was clean. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
really all you can hope for.
Yeah. It was funky in a way of, like, pop culture funky. You know, not funky like nasty, but like, it was cool. Mm-hmm. The room that we got, when we got out of the elevator, I don't know why in my brain, I guess, I don't know. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, get out of the hotel or get out of the elevator to walk down the hall to the room. Mm-hmm. For some reason, hotels that are just like, you got to walk inside to get to your room. Mm-hmm. I've stayed in them several times, but it still throws me for a loop every time. I don't know why. I'm so used to, for some reason, I guess because the majority of the places that I've stayed at, you walk outside to get to your door.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But also, I will say, I was raised bougie and we didn't stay in hotels. We got condos.
Right.
So there's that.
See, I've stayed in some shitty hotels.
But this hotel, it was like we get to the room, we get out of the elevator and we go to walk down the hallway, and I'm like, this is giving American Horror Story Hotel. Mm-hmm. Just because of the decorations, the way it was decorated. But then we get in the room, and it's like there's a window, but this window looks directly at a wall,
Yeah.
a brick wall. It's like a square space between walls.
Yeah.
And
it's
I'm
almost like, what's the point?
I'm like, okay, this is odd.
Yeah.
Whatever. But the room was really nice. It was cool.
See, we I had the luxury of staying at the Renaissance Hotel on Chapatoulas Street. And it was gorgeous, and it also smells divine. If you're ever in New Orleans, just walk into the lobby. You'll know what I'm talking about. They're not going to say anything. Just walk in and just smell it and then walk out. They got some sort of oil diffusers at the desks, like all over the place. And I don't know what it is.
There is a company that does like oil diffusers and stuff that's like based out of New Orleans. And it like they've got different scents. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it. They got different scents that is supposed to smell like different areas. Hold on. I think this is it. I think it's called Orleans Home Fragrances. They've got all kinds of different stuff, but they've got like Bayou Bonfire, Beignet, Bourbon Street, which, hear me out, does not stink the way that people say it does.
No, that's something that did. I was anticipating a smelly city. Now, it was very herbal. That's one of my notes. It is a very herbal city.
Yeah.
You're walking around. So not quite as difficult to be like California sober in, as I thought it would be. Because I thought it was going to be like a bunch of bars, whatever. But actually, not really. Like, it is, but it also isn't. Right. I enjoyed like the art district area more of the French Quarter than like where the bars and all the restaurants and stuff are. Because like we went to this like warehouse that was like art. It was just like, it was kind of like an antique mall setup, but it was all artists. And
was it back off? So was it like, okay,
like you had to walk down and then like it's like down like its own little alleyway.
Yes,
it's like it's called like the disco something. Or
was it kind of close to that one gift shop that you said you went to that I said I was pretty positive that I went to, and that was the first place and my belly started rolling and we had to go?
I think so.
Okay, so that place, yes, we went to, and I almost bought art there that I was gonna have to have shipped back to the house.
Yeah, there was some really nice things.
It was cool.
And then we went into a couple witchy stores. I really liked Hex. I'm gonna have to buy soap online now because I bought a bar of soap. It's like the Marie Laveau soap. It smells like incense, and it makes me feel so cleansed. It's not even like scent wise or like a feeling of being clean. It's like I feel cleansed.
That store was cool.
It was cool.
I walked in. We browsed for a second. Yeah. We were almost done. My belly said blah, 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 and I said, we got to go. I did
leave a little note for their Day of the Dead altar. I put a little note in there for my granny. While I was waiting on Kelly to get her fortune told. She was getting her cards read. But we went to the Museum of Death. That was the cheapest museum. It was $20. You cannot buy tickets online. You have to buy them there. No, it was a very strict no photos or videos. So I was like, man, because I scrap, but it's honestly probably for the best. But strict no, like I think somebody even like pulled their phone out, and they have employees like walking around to like make sure nobody's taking photos or videos. But it wasn't like super aggressive or anything. But yeah, overall, very cool, very weird. Smelled kind of odd. I did buy a poster. I'll have to show it to you. It's in the bedroom. It's very cool. And then we did the St. Louis Cemetery #1, and that was like $64 for 2 tickets. there were 2 girls that showed up while we were waiting for because the tours start every 15 minutes. And we're sitting there waiting, and 2 girls walk up. Can we get tickets for today? And the girl was like, I mean, I can get you in tomorrow. And she was like, oh, well, we're leaving this afternoon. And the lady was like, no, you're not getting in today. She's like, we're full. Like, it's all full tours. And like I told Kelly, I was like, I bought these tickets a month ago.
Right.
To tell you anything. I was like, because I knew coming here in October for a cemetery tour.
Yeah.
What else did we do that I didn't put on here? I don't know. I think that's it. Like, we went to the Riverwalk and did some shopping. I got my first pair of Doc Martens. Very cute. They're not like the boots. They're kind of like the loafer style. I've worn them once. They will take some getting used to, and they will need to be broken in. And I've heard that it is very hard to break in a pair of Doc Martens, but I'm excited for the challenge. Yeah, I think that was pretty much the extent of the trip. Like, we were only there for a few days, but I feel like I jammed in as much as I possibly could.
Right.
But I cannot wait to go back just to eat. If I went back and only ate and didn't do anything else, I would be happy as a clam.
I didn't.
Because I feel like there's so much more potential than what I got to experience. Because like I'm not gonna eat crawfish. Sorry, y'all. I'm not gonna eat a crawfish. It's like it's like a flea. It's like a big flea, and I can't do it.
But I want to try it just to say that I have.
But I want a shrimp bowl. I love shrimp. I'll eat shrimp all damn day. I love shrimp. I want a shrimp bowl. I could make one myself, but I feel like I want that experience.
Right.
I want to eat more beignets. I want to eat more medium rare tuna steaks with quinoa. Like I was like, where can I go around here that's going to give me like the freshest seafood?
Here?
Around here.
Mother.
Like I would have to go to like a seafood market or something. There's one in Clarksville, but they're never open. Every time I'm in Clarksville, they're never open. But I do get like I'm definitely going to get some salmon to cook this week because it's got me salivating sitting over here thinking about all of the seafood that I ate. And that's all I want to eat. Like I'm this close. And for me to crave any sort of meat at all is very rare because like I'm this close to being just pescatarian. Like that's it. Like cause like chicken gives me the ick half the time. Beef gives me the ick. Like red meat gives me the ick. Like if I've got a steak on my plate, ask me if I'm okay. Because never.
I'm to the point where I'm almost, because chicken does give me the ick from time to time, and I can no longer eat red meat because it upsets my stomach.
Yeah.
I'm almost to the point where I'm going to be like more lacto-ovo vegetarian.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat fish.
Yeah.
So.
See.
But.
I could never live in like a city that's on the coast because I'll get tick full of seafood. I love seafood. And I don't like all of it, but I love seafood.
I can tolerate crab on occasion, but that's about it. Did you witness a lot of like live music? Was there bands?
Did see some. There was one band playing in the street.
You got to see a second line too.
I did get to see a second line, a wedding second line.
That's
I had
fun.
never even heard of a second line until we were there.
Yeah.
So our tour guide at the cemetery was telling us kind of like the history and like, because he was like, second lines just happen. You don't have to have a permit, nothing. Like, you don't have to have a police escort. This wedding one did have a police escort. They had, like a car, like an SUV in the front and 2 motorcycle escorts in the back. And they, like, circled the block or whatever. So they came through, and then that was really cool. And then they came back through. I think they made a third pass, but on the third pass, they didn't have an escort anymore. And it was like, it had greatly diminished because there were a lot of elderly folks involved. So like the grandparents stayed back at the venue,
Right.
I guess. But yeah, and I also learned like how especially like in terms of St. Louis Cemetery #1, like I'm not gonna get into it because if you wanna learn, take the tour, ask for Jeff. But he did a very good job of describing like the root, like how rooted in racism a lot of things are. And like even as far as like Marie Laveau, because we've talked about her on here. She was like a devout Catholic. And he was like, it wouldn't be surprising if she was painted as this horrible voodoo queen just because she was, a woman of color, all of this, And he's like, and also like a voodoo doll, he's like, that's not to cause pain to your enemies. That was a West African practice of like diagramming where someone's pain or issues are.
Right.
Which I think I did know that, but I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's like, that's how it's kind of like, if you've ever seen like an autopsy report or whatever, and it's like got like the chart of a person and it's got where their injuries or whatever were. I mean, they even show like on TV shows and stuff.
If you've gone to the doctor's office, they'll ask you.
Yeah, it's like the same concept. So I'm like, well, that actually makes total sense. And he's like, it's she was doing more like holistic healthcare in terms of things. Yeah, in terms of using plants and all this. He's like, but at the time that she was alive and living in the city, that was when like Western medicine was starting to be ingratiated, and of course they could not have holistic healthcare. And he's like, I'm not saying, he's like, go to the doctor if you need to, but there are some times where a plant is going to be more beneficial than a doctor bill.
Right.
But like it really painted, like that whole tour painted like a whole new, because did you know that like even up until like the 1990s, it was heavily debated whether or not to desegregate the cruise for Mardi Gras? The really? 1990s, yeah. He said it was like 1993 or so is when the crews were desegregated. And like, because apparently there were people who were pitching a fit. And then like Louis Armstrong, who was born in New Orleans, is not buried in New Orleans because he was black.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is so insane to me. Like, he wasn't allowed to be buried there. And I'm like, I think even like St. Louis Cemetery #1 was like a segregated cemetery. And I'm just like, it was so wild learning that kind of stuff. Cause like, and then we even learned there's like, been films that have been made, in St. Louis Cemetery #1. But none since Easy Rider, I believe.
Oh, he died in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why he got out of New Orleans, was because of how bad the racism there was. He was like, he's like, as a city, pushed him out, and then he went for greener pastures, basically, and they accepted him for, who he was.
Right.
And he also, it also struck for, like, as someone who is from quote unquote Nashville area, because, you're a native to the area, blah, blah, blah. And so the tour guide was from Michigan, and he moved here a long while back. I think he said he's lived in New Orleans since like 2005 or so. And, he said that he was talking to one of his neighbors, and he was like, well, I'm not from here. And he said, the guy was like, what do you mean you're not from here? You own a home here. You live here. You're from here. And he's like, you know, you may not have been born in New Orleans, but you're from New Orleans. If you own a home and you live here and you work here and you spend your money here and, you know, all of it. And he's like, so you're from New Orleans.
Right.
And I was like, I like that.
I do
was
too.
like, because some people give like a lot of people shit for moving to Nashville. Well, you're not from Nashville, which I get. You know, and a lot of people do act like, you know, it's like, you ain't from around here.
Right.
So like that, in that aspect, I get it. But like when it comes to like using the semantics of it, you know, it's, you know, yeah. I mean, I get, if you live here, you're from here. You may not have been born and raised here, but you're from here.
Right.
So, but yeah, so that was my trip, and I loved it. I loved every minute. I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to just eat and eat and eat. Seafood is calling my name. I dream it. Oh, that was something else. Ever since I've gotten back, so before, I haven't had dreams in a long time, but ever since I've been back, I've had dreams almost every night.
Wow.
And I also, like, I don't remember all of them, but, like, the first one that I do remember was a vivid dream.
The one you texted me about.
Yes. And, like, I just keep kind of, like, replaying that one, and I'm like, I hope he's okay.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. And he's also not active on Facebook or anything, so that kind of worries me. But that'll play out how it plays out. But I have had dreams since then. Nothing too crazy, but like I'm dreaming again, and I was like, that's kind of weird.
Right. Maybe it's the soap.
Maybe it could be the soap.
Maybe it unblocked something.
Maybe. It's $13 a bar, so
golly.
Yeah.
I thought my $8 a bar was a lot.
I was like, man, do I really want to spend $13 on a bar of soap? But now I'm just like, oh, that's pretty good. All right, the next thing on my list was the Halloween party. We've already kind of touched on that, but I think, did you have anything to follow up with the end of the night after I left? Was there anything?
No, y'all left. It kind of started to dwindle down. We did have one of the families stayed until right around midnight. And we just kind of hung out while the kids ran around and played.
Worked out all their energy.
Me and I went in the house to kind of pick up and start cleaning up and stuff. Me and Maddie got into it because when do we not, about the way she words things.
Yeah.
She's a teenager. Did teenagers be teenager and
True.
But no, that was about the extent of it. I did indulge in red meat that night. I did eat goulash. And I did have to take a Tums almost immediately after.
That goulash was so good.
It was good.
I don't know what
good food.
It feels like it was extra good this year.
I think it's because we only get it like once a year.
I don't know. My next thing on my list was something that I learned that's just interesting.
Okay.
So you know the story of Dracula, right?
Yeah.
In the book, Harker, the guy who shows up at Dracula's castle or whatever. So Harker has meals, like extravagant meals, but no one else lives in the castle, or no one else is in the castle besides himself and Dracula. There are no servants. So this means that Dracula, this big undead villain, has cooked all of these lavish meals for Harker. It is also thought that he is the carriage driver, and this is why it takes so long for anyone to come to the door after Harker is dropped off. He had to put away the carriage and horses and make a quick costume change before answering the door. I was like, that makes that story so funny.
Right.
Because, like, yeah, he's this undead vampire villain killing the ladies. Harker is a vampire hunter. And he's also a connoisseur of food. He's a foodie. He loves food. So, like, in Dracula, he documents his meals. I was watching, what is that channel called? It's a guy who makes, like, historical meals. Hold on. Oh my god, that's gonna drive me nuts. What is his name? Bites of History or something? That's gonna drive me nuts. He's done like the Titanic menus.
Tasting history,
yes.
Max Miller.
Yes. So he did a video recently of making like one of the meals from Dracula and was like, gave the whole, and I was like, that makes sense. That Dracula's in there slaving away over like a souffle.
Right.
And then what else? Oh, there's a new Taylor Swift album. I'm not going to give you the breakdown like I did with the Tyler Childers album. I wrote a much briefer, quick review. But overall, I love the album. I don't know what everybody else's problem is. Not everybody else's, because a lot of people really did like it. But there's some people that were just like, I don't like this. And it's like, shut up. Anyway, here's my official review. The first 3 songs are an excellent, good vibes. It's just a chef's kiss run of 3 songs, right? Eldest Daughter is good. Truly defines the way that eldest daughters try to fit in and just don't. So it comes off cringe, quote unquote cringe sometimes. There's a lot of real love albums on this song. Even right on down to Wood, which is primarily focused on superstitions, which is why I liked it to begin with. It just so happens to be about Travis Kelce's redwood tree. There's a little bit of ween innuendos thrown in there. That's why I made the executive decision that I'm going to get the clean version for the 12. How old is she? 11 years old?
10
years old? Yeah, I'm going to get but I also, if you don't like that she's talking about the ween in the song, listen to the clean version, because that's out of it, and it's still really good. I personally feel like Wishlist is a good feminist song, and the more that I hear it, the more that I like it. Honey's my least favorite song, but it's still good, and the feature with Sabrina Carpenter, I personally feel is really, really good. Highly recommend, especially if you're in a good space, in a good relationship. It is such a good vibe for feeling secure in your relationship and wanting to dance about it. That's my official review. The end.
Can I make a side note?
Sure.
Kind of a sad note.
Oh, God, what?
This dude's days are numbered.
Ziggy's? Yeah, I know. He's old as hell.
He's balance off. He's
he's been
walking.
Personally, he's been like that since he's been here.
Well, but it's worse than I've ever seen it. He just struggled to jump up here in my lap, and he never does.
Well, he also there was an incident. He came in the room last night at a very inconvenient time, and then got jumped up on the bed and was like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be here, and then had to jump off the bed.
At least he wasn't yeeted.
That's true. But yeah, that's been my month.
Well, so here's my Halloween, okay? Yes. I haven't told you hardly anything about Halloween.
Okay? Oh, yeah.
So our kids got so much candy at the Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as you guys may or may not know, we do kind of like a trick-or-treat circle,
mm-hmm.
where everybody that comes brings at least one bag of candy, and the kids all walk around with their bags, and
mm-hmm.
everybody gives them candy, and they end up making like 27 laps around the circle.
Yeah.
And so my kids racked up more. So we got 2 big storage containers, like
mm-hmm.
Tupperware bowls, but they're huge. They're like 9 by 13 pans, but deeper. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
They're huge.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 of those full plus some.
Yeah.
Okay. So we tried to talk the kids, because Maddie went to her dad's for the weekend, so she wasn't with us. We tried to talk the littles into tricking instead of trick-or-treating. So
mm-hmm.
we're like, tricks instead of treats. And they're like, no, we want to go trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
So we went trick-or-treating. Same neighborhood we always do. The kids always rack up. It's a huge neighborhood, nice neighborhood. One of the houses was giving out full-size candy bars.
Oh, wow. Somebody's got a Costco
Fair
membership.
warning, in this bag is a full-size Three Musketeers, and that's mine, and I will fight you over it.
I don't like Three Musketeers,
Good.
so you're good.
Also in this bag.
Like, if I ever get a Three Musketeers, I prefer the little ones.
I think there's a couple of those in there.
I don't like them that much.
And also in this bag is some Snickers peanut butter. We will
I haven't
also
had one in a long.
We will fight because I love those. I've just recently discovered I love those.
I just like I really just appreciate a regular Snickers. I don't know why they got to get
a couple of those in there. Anyway, so they racked up last night as well. Okay.
Yeah.
We walked around. We got there at like 5. Mm-hmm. Started walking at like 5:15. Mm-hmm. One of the houses, the kids walked up. They said, "Do you want candy or do you want ramen?" So they were handing out ramen.
Yeah.
Gemma got candy. Easton got ramen.
See, our niece, she done went trick-or-treating, and the lady was like, "You want a potato?" And she was like, "Hell yeah, girl, put that." That girl went home with 3 potatoes.
Nice. At one of the houses, they ran out of candy, and Gemma got one of those little tiny mini Jesus figurines. I thought that was funny. It was a good time. We got done trick-or-treating 7:30ish. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, it's Friday. It's early. Oh, also my in-laws met us out there because like it's at TJ's aunt's house, and then further back in the neighborhood is like one of TJ's cousin's house on his other side. Mm-hmm. And so my in-laws started at the aunt's house. We had already left there by the time they got there.
Yeah.
And then while we were out and about, they went to the cousin's house and met us there because it's back in the back part of the neighborhood. So they got some candy, I believe, from them, but also Gemma got the Christmas Nutty Buddies.
Yeah.
And Easton got the Christmas tree donuts that he immediately decided he was like, I don't like those. So my mother-in-law took them back because she loves them.
Yeah.
I had bought some of those a couple weeks ago.
Personally, I'm not a big fan of Little Debbie
Stop
cakes.
it!
Do you know why? Do you want to know why?
No, because I love them.
They're greasy.
Oh. Well, I think we discussed that last year.
Why are they greasy? Like, every once in a while, I'll indulge in, like, one.
Those donuts did have a lot of grease to them. Like, they left a film in my mouth. Yeah. So I will not buy those again. But the Christmas tree cakes, always. We'll never pass them up.
I don't know if it's, like, oil or what.
Yeah.
I just...
Anyway.
I'm glad they brought the chocolate ones back this year. I am going to get a box of those before... Now that Halloween's over, I'll get a box of them.
We're going to get to that situation in a second. So, anyway, we trick-or-treat, we get done, 7:30. We hadn't eaten dinner yet, so we're like, let's go grab, I think we went to Taco Bell. Mm-hmm. So, in the meantime, I've looked at TJ, and I'm like, it is 7:30. It is a Friday night. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's teach the kids some wholesome trickery fun. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. So we stop at the dollar store.
Right.
We get a pack of the cheapest toilet paper that they have. Okay.
Period.
I had previously contacted my father and was like, close your front door. Don't pay attention to your cameras for a little while. He's like, okay. What are you going to do? And I'm like, don't worry about it. He's like, okay. Then TJ had reached out to his parents and was like, hey, we're coming. And they're like, let us get home first. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
And so we go over to my parents first. We're cruising down the street and my bright ass white vehicle, he's cutting the headlights. Okay. But he's got to turn them on every once in a while to see where like the driveway is and all this. But we're driving down the road, pulling the driveway. He stays at like the top of the driveway. We jump out. The kids go at it. I'm taking pictures. Okay.
Yeah.
Gemma helps slightly with the mailbox, okay?
Yeah.
Easton is a natural, okay? The kid knows how to throw the roll to make it go.
Yeah.
He's wrapping things. He's putting it all in the bushes. He's having the greatest time. I look back. Gemma's in the car laying down so that no one can see her. She's having none of this, okay?
You sent me that. I was like, I bet she felt like a criminal.
She's having none of... Well, previously, while we were sitting, me and the kids stayed in the car at the dollar store while he ran in and got toilet paper, okay? So she was like, imagine that we do this and we find out it's illegal, and I go... And I just kind of look at her with a oat face, and she goes, it is illegal, isn't it? And I was like, I didn't say that. She was like,
I can neither confirm nor deny.
So then TJ's like, there was a cop sitting up on the main highway by my parents' house. And he's like, oh, let's hope they don't catch us. And so I think at that point she was like, I'm out, you know? So then we
meanwhile, she does not know that the homeowners know.
So we take care of my parents' house. Yeah. We leave. Okay.
Yeah.
We go to head to his parents' house, and it's literally like a 1-minute drive. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, you know, something was said about going to jail. And TJ was like, we were at the mailbox. That's a federal offense. I was like, that's big jail. So then he goes, and you hear Easton in the back seat go, or Jimmy goes, I didn't do anything, so I'm not going to jail. And Easton says, you know, we'll go to juvie, and I will tell them that you helped, so you're also going to juvie. Easton was like ratting her out. He was like, I'll go to juvie. It's fine, but I'm going to tell them
one of us is going up the creek, both of us are going up the creek.
He was on it, okay? So we pull into my in-laws' house, okay? We pull into the driveway. We back up so that we can back into their part of the driveway so that, you know, the car's running. We got a quick exit,
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're rolling, okay? Yeah. We get the bushes that are in front of the house, and the front porch. Easton and TJ got those bushes so good, and when I tell you pro level, Easton is, okay?
Yeah.
So then we go back. We had initially said don't do the cars because if they get wet, it's going to be a pain in the ass to get off and all this. Well, TJ's mom had texted him and said, please make sure that you get Old Yeller, which is their truck that they have. So we're doing the truck. We're waiting because they were like, we got you. We're going to do something. We're waiting. Like, we've got like a roll left. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's in the car. We finish up with the roll that we've got in our hand. Nothing's happening. So then I'm like, do you want me to go get that other roll? Meanwhile, Gemma's in the car. Okay.
Yeah.
She's like, I made her get out.
She's like, I'm not participating in these criminal activities.
Right. I made her get out and help slightly with the front. And she was pissed about it. So then she goes and gets back in the car. I go to get the other roll. I get back out there. They're going. Easton's like, I just heard something over here. So, you know, when you pull into the driveway, there's those two like shed garages.
Yeah.
He's like, I heard something over there. And I'm like, it's probably just like a deer or something. No big deal. Because there's like woods behind it. And I'm like, no big deal. No big deal. And he's like, no, I think I heard something. And so he's kind of like starting to head toward the car. And I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine. So then we get to going. They've got their side by side up parked by the truck. So they're doing the truck or doing the side by side. About this time, you see the rolling door from one of the sheds fling open, and you see a red light and you hear a chainsaw start.
Oh, hell.
Easton's gone. Easton, I mean, in a flash, this boy is in the car and the door is locked. I'm dying. So my in-laws had gone and hidden in there. The noise he heard was something, they had kicked something in the building, moving around in there. And then my mother-in-law had like a big old sparkler that shoots like big sparkler things out of it. And then my father-in-law had just like fired up his chainsaw that's in there. Easton was gone. It was the greatest. It was so funny. They had the best time. Well, Easton had the best time. Gemma was not having it. I was like, why did you not want to do it? I really tried to talk to her about it because I was like, I know you feel some type of way about it, and I need to know what you're feeling about it so that I can make sure that we don't make you feel that way again. Yeah. Or maybe I can help you feel better about it. Yeah. Because we did it to people that are in our family that we know are not going to get mad. So it's not like, you know, it's a
hell, next year, do my porch.
I thought about coming out here, but there's so many cops that could go up and down. That is true. But I was
just give them my phone number. She knows about it.
I'm like, you know, let's talk about it. And she's like, I was just cold and I just wanted to go home. And I told my cousin that I would call her and I just wanted to be at home. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
She was
afraid she was going to go to jail.
But she absolutely would not talk to me about it. Like, all I got out of her was I was cold and I wanted to be at home.
Yeah.
It was kind of chilly, but it wasn't terrible. But it was a good night overall. Yeah. We had fun. However, Halloween is over.
It's always Halloween for me.
Listen, Halloween is over.
I'm going to still be listening to my spooky graveyard rock.
And guess what?
Playlists. She does have a Christmas one, though. So
it's time. I'm so excited.
Mariah Carey is defrosting.
She already posted the TikTok today. I literally think it went out at midnight.
That's funny.
There was one that she posted last night where she was like, it's not time yet. It's not time yet.
Yeah.
It's not time yet. And then I think at midnight she released another one where she was like, it's time. Gemma already has the Christmas background on her little phone. I'm ready to take down all of my Halloween decorations, but I need to wait until we get some consecutive days of sunshine so everything can dry out before I put it all in totes.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm so ready. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I'm ready to start watching my Hallmark movies.
I fear I'm not even going to be able to decorate this year. Because, I'm ready to start ripping that living room apart. Now, this to say, we do currently, as we speak, have a water leak that we do not know where it is. We're pretty sure it's the guest bathroom shower. So, we may be doing that bathroom sooner rather than later, but we shall see. Are you going to have
to do whatever here?
No. Okay. No. Because he's already, I think, cut off the pipe situation.
Okay, so now I have to pee in your bathroom all night?
No, you can use that bathroom.
Okay.
It's just he's already ripped off some of the wall and plastic from that shower. So, but you can use the other bathroom. It's whatever. It's your preference.
I'm ready. I'm ready for Christmas. I'm ready to be jolly. I've always been so stoked for Halloween. And I'm always kind of sad when it's over. Yeah. And then I'm always like, okay, don't put up your Christmas stuff yet. Let Thanksgiving be great. Mm-hmm. But I have been so ready to get jolly for weeks now. I cannot even begin to tell you.
Nothing matters.
And I am so excited about it. Gemma is too. Easton's kind of starting to get in with
You
it.
already come in here and about knocked all my shit in the floor. So get down.
We have already told the kids what one of their Christmas presents is. We are, because they're going to get it early anyway, but we're going to take a trip to the Clearwater, Tampa area. Mm-hmm.
I've heard Clearwater is really nice.
I'm stoked about it. I'm really excited because it's somewhere that we've never been. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be awesome. The kids are going to get to take their first flight. They're stoked about that. They're already talking about who's going to sit next to the window and all this and how we're going to do it, because it's rows of 3 and there's 5 of us. So they're already started to talk about who sits with who. And
who do you think's going to get anxious at the last minute?
Gemma. I don't, it might be Easton. I think that Maddie's going to internalize her anxiousness.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to tell us.
She probably won't be out.
And I think that's because she kind of had some reservations about the trip in total. And she's saying it's because it's going to take time off from work for her.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
but it's probably part-time. More so getting on a plane and going.
Yeah. But the littles are stoked about it. They're ready to go. I keep telling Maddie, she's like, I'll go and I know that I'm going to have fun.
Yeah.
But she was like, I just would rather be here because I don't want to have to take off from work. And I'm like, it's literally just one weekend.
Yeah.
It's all it is. I'm like, it'll be fine. You work part-time. You're a high school student. It's good. It's fine.
You shouldn't only live to work.
And so that was a whole deal with her. But she likes to do this thing where I'm like, well, we're gonna go do this, and she's like, I really don't want to do this. But then when we actually do it, she's like, that was so much fun. I'm so glad you made me do that. Mm-hmm. So there's that. But I'm excited about it because it's new. It's going to be different. Yes, it's a beach, but it's a different beach.
Yeah. It's
not going to be like Panama City or Gulf Shores that we're used to.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked about it. TJ is going to Vegas this next week. Mm-hmm. And I am not meeting him there. I'm a little bit sad about it, but then again, I'm not. Yeah. I feel like yes, there's stuff I wanted to do in Vegas that we didn't get to do. I want to do some shows. Mm-hmm. But honestly,
that's something else about New Orleans. Next time I want to go to one of those burlesque shows that our tour guide was talking about. He's like, if you get a little hop, skip, and a jump across the river, he's like, there's a really good burlesque show over there. He was like, you take the ferry, whatever.
Over in Algiers?
I'm not 100% because it was rapid fire. But he was like, he's like, all shapes and sizes. He's like, if you've ever felt bad about your body, don't go here. He's like, you'll feel great. He's like, he goes, it's very inclusive. It's very
Nice.
all shapes and sizes. See, that's why I'm like, I don't know if you got a wife, a husband, whoever, but I hope they really appreciate you for the good human that you are.
Right. I don't know, but so yeah, that's been the extent of my month.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm stoked for what the next couple of months have in store for us.
We're also kind of busy in November too, because like
I don't have
we've got
shit planned for the month of November
that we're shooting. We're shooting a wedding.
Oh,
and then
you haven't done that in a while.
No, and then there's going to be a Paul McCartney exhibit at the Frist that I want to get tickets to go to with my dad. And then I don't know. And then also I'm ready to start rocking and rolling on the living room and dining room.
I don't have shit planned for November, and I'm pretty stoked about it. Like,
that's
nothing.
Probably a good thing.
Well, Gemma's birthday, but
yeah,
that's a weekend.
Yeah.
I don't even know what day of the week her birthday's on, honestly. I feel like I've discussed it with her, but it's on a Wednesday. So,
I've already started gathering for her little birthday basket I put together.
But how long's this episode been so far?
Almost 2 hours.
Okay, well, we can cut it.
So,
nonprofit.
Yeah, for our nonprofit of the month.
So, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think maybe we'll even carry this over into December as we're gearing up for like holidays and stuff.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Instead of just one particular place, for this month, I decided, let's put it out there that I want you guys to donate to like a local food cabinet or a local homeless shelter or a women's shelter or something, or, you know, or just in general, anywhere where you can donate food. Okay. Yeah. Because in today's climate, people are having a hard time obtaining that. And there is, I don't care what side of the fence you are on, there is no reason for people
to go
in general to go hungry.
Yeah. Especially children. No
one should have to deal with that.
Yeah.
So,
like, I even saw, and I think I'm gonna do this, is like, there's a lady on TikTok who, she does the Dollar Tree meals, where she'll like go to, and she'll show what you can get at the Dollar Tree. This is like, it's like a $10 budget or whatever, and this is the meal I put together with what I could get for $10. And she's put together like meals in a box. So she's got like, she has printable free recipe cards, and then you just get like this. She's got what you buy, and she's like, you know, this, I'm donating all of these meal boxes with the recipes, with all of the things for this meal. And it's like meals that can be stretched, like soups, chilies, stuff like that. And I'm like, I think that's really nice. I think, you know, if I'm able to, I would like to at least put together like a few and donate it to one of our local like food pantries.
Right. Maybe one day when we get a broader reach here with the podcast, we can orchestrate something like that.
That would be cool.
But yeah, so that's what we want you to do as our nonprofit for the month. Because you were profiting nothing, but the knowing that you've helped someone that needed it. So there's that.
Getting a meal in somebody's belly. Even if all you can do is like go in your pantry and say, if I've had this can of green beans for a while and I haven't used it yet, I can get another one when I go to the store. Let me throw this one into a cabinet. That's still something.
Right.
But all right. Well, follow us
on Facebook,
Instagram,
TikTok,
YouTube.
Email us at wandersofweird
@gmail.com. Like riding a bike.
What?
I ain't done it so long. I thought I was worried we'd forget.
I was trying to
riding a bike.
I was trying to think of something to add to the end of it, but I got nothing.
Ho, ho, ho.
I was gonna do it. I was going to, but I was giving November its place. Is it raining? It looks like it might be raining.
I don't know. Probably. Oh, yeah. I definitely 100% think it's raining.
Cool. I got to drive at night and in the rain.
Okay.
Pray for us. Okay, bye.